first blood draw and ultrasound for IVF. Here we go. So just so you guys know, this is my first ultrasound and blood draw of, I think I have to come in daily for 6 or 7 days until my egg retrieval. They're just trying to see if the meds are reacting well and if there's follicles and stuff like that. So it's my first one. Okay, I am back in the car. Brr, I'm so glad my car has butt warmers because I'm freezing, but I have now completed my first ultrasound to check my follicle growth for IVF. Whew. So it's a 30-minute drive every morning for the next week, I believe, for daily ultrasounds and blood draws, but that's okay because we're hoping for the very best. And this is an experience. I'm just trying to embrace it and take it a day at a time. I look kind of rough starting all of these hormones. I just want to document how I'm feeling. And with all of these hormones, I'm breaking out like crazy. I kind of just feel blah. Like, I'm not really exhausted. I just have a little bit of lack of energy. I just feel blah. Like, I can't describe it. My head's just kind of cloudy. I'm just like, I'm here. I'm happy, but I'm happy to be here, but I'm just, I'm here. So that's how I'm feeling so far. My ultrasound and my blood work results will come back to me. My IVF nurse will call me this afternoon to let me know if I need to increase or decrease, pretty much just to adjust my medication or not. So yeah, I think I'm going to just document how I'm feeling every day for you guys, just because if you're going to go through this, I want you to have a realistic expectation. Now, everybody's body is completely different, so also keep that in mind, but I am here to share how I'm feeling. So I'm going to drive home now and hop on my computer and start working for the day, but I hope you guys are doing good, and I'll see you in the morning. All right, everybody. It is, as you can see, day 2 of daily blood work and ultrasound. I have 17 follicles that have been growing apparently, which is a really good number. And today they said that they've grown about 1 millimeter, so that's actually really, really good. So now that the ultrasound is done, time for blood work. Okay, back in the car. I'm feeling today even more bloated than I did yesterday, which it's only going to get worse. I believe, But my follicles have grown about 1 millimeter. They said that 17 follicles is a really, really good number. So I will hear back today, later this afternoon, from my IVF nurse to see the progress for today. But so far so good. The shots have not been that bad. My Lovenox shot is the one that's a blood thinning shot that hurts like, but we're getting through it day by day. I'm brave, I'm tough. That's all I keep telling myself. The more bloated and the more I break out. Like, these are the like zits that you get that they don't ever really form into a zit. They just are like spots that just hurt. It's TMI, but this whole thing is TMI. So welcome to my world. So I'm gonna drive home and start my day at work, and I will be back here tomorrow morning to document what's going on. So day 2 down. Here we go, guys. Day 3 of ultrasound and blood work. Let's see how these follicles are doing. All right, back in the car. Ultrasound blood work, day 3 is done. It's crazy. Like, my left side, like lower back, has been kind of sore the last couple of days. And when the ultrasound tech asked me, how have you been feeling? I'm like, I've had like lower back pain, my left side. And she goes, you want to know why? I'm like, why? She was like, you have 12 follicles on your left side and only 5 on your right. So my left side is leading the way, but I definitely feel more bloated, tired. But other than that, I feel completely fine. And I don't know. We'll see how the next couple of days go. Since I did my ganirelix shot today, which prevents me from ovulating, we'll just see how I'm feeling. So I'll keep you guys updated per usual. Thanks for watching again, guys. You're awesome. Time for my morning shot. Morning snuggles are the best after a shot. You're such a sweet boy. You are. Alright guys, I just finished with my ultrasound. I still have blood to go do. They might be sending me to the emergency room because the back of my leg is kind of killing me and I have some red streaks and I have a history of blood clots. So I'm waiting right now for my fertility doctor to come take a look at my leg and then kind of go from there. But day, I think 4, here we go. Ultrasound time. It's Saturday. I did my blood draw. I forgot to take a video because I was talking, per usual. Now I'm just waiting for my ultrasound to see how my follicles are doing. My nurse said that it's possible I could trigger over the weekend, so today's ultrasound is going to tell us a lot. So hopefully Monday will be egg retrieval. Guys, my follicles are even bigger. It's crazy. So everything's looking really good. Yes. Right back in the car. So I have 2 follicles that are measuring at like 18 and they want it, that's kind of like the benchmark of where they want it to be. But they said I have a couple more on my left side that is trailing it, not by that much. And so depending on my blood work, which hasn't come back yet, obviously, they might have me do 1 more day of ganirelix, which prevents me from ovulating. And then the Menopur gives my body a chance to get those follicles a little bit bigger. They usually grow about 1 millimeter or 2 a day. So my guess, I have no idea, but my guess would be my egg retrieval will be Tuesday. So yeah, but in regards to how I'm feeling, I feel bloated. I feel kind of moody, but like I'm excited. So that's the update so far, everybody. Happy Easter, everybody. Hopefully these eggs are ready to go. Last ultrasound, I hope. All right, you guys, I feel like death. I'm really tired, but my conceptions doctor called me, or my reproductive doctor called me, and they said that I'm going to be triggering tonight. So I have plus 2 injections of my normal injection. So I think that's a total of 5 tonight. And then that will trigger. I'll go in tomorrow for blood work. And then on Tuesday, we will go in for egg retrieval and they will start creating our little embryos. So my left side has like 9 follicles ready to go. And then my right side has like 2, I think. So that's a good number they're happy with. How are you feeling, Richard?
Trigger, you know what I mean?
Oh my God. I love him so much. I can't. This is why you should marry somebody that makes you laugh all day, every day. That was extremely stressful, you guys. I had to do my trigger shot tonight. Thank God my husband was with me for support, but I'm so tired right now from like, I don't know if you can see, but like just crying because I'm just hormonal and stressed out and exhausted. But all of my shots, there was a total of 5 shots that I had to do tonight. 1 in my rear, the rest in my tummy. It's looking a little bit rough. I initially was planning on doing all of those shots for Trigger, and I was just too emotional and hormonal and upset about it. And so I didn't, and I just figured I would share with you guys why I didn't, because you see all of these IVF videos of people filming every step of the way, and that's not realistic, and I'll tell you why. The process is so mentally exhausting and straining, and it's different for each person, of course, but there's no way that I could have, like, been focused on, like, I'm laying down because I had to take, like, a med, like, up the, you know what, so I can't really sit up, so I look, like, gross, but what I was saying is everybody's different, and your headspace is different, and so I couldn't bring myself to bring out the camera and film it. I had to focus on how much medicine I was giving myself, that I didn't mess up. I had to read the instructions, find the right syringes, make sure everything was sterile, etc. So it was just a lot. And every time I blink, my eyes hurt. I'm, like, exhausted beyond. I have another I don't have an ultrasound tomorrow. I have a blood draw tomorrow at like 7 in the morning downtown in Denver. So I have to drive like a half hour. And then Tuesday is my egg retrieval. We have to be there at 9. My procedure's at 9:30, so I'll go under anesthesia. I'm going to try to keep you guys updated to that point, as I have been trying to all along, but no guarantees. If you're starting or going through IVF, you understand, like, this phase. I can't do one more thing. I'm gonna go to bed now because I literally just am so cloudy. My head is so cloudy. My eyes hurt. My body is sore, and I can feel how, like, bloated and full my ovaries are. So I'm just gonna take a load off because I have that early morning blood draw, and I have to do a shot tomorrow morning, and then I have to work all day. So wish me luck, everybody, and I will talk to you in the morning. Everybody. It is 7:28. I just got to my doctor's office for my blood draw. There's no ultrasound today. I did all of my trigger medications last night, as you just saw me talk about. So I just have a blood draw today, and then they'll give me a call just later this afternoon just to make sure everything's going good. And then tomorrow we check in at 9 a.m. for the egg retrieval. So that's really exciting. I'm really excited for the egg retrieval. I'm nervous, but I'm excited because I literally am so bloated and I have the worst headache, and I'm just really exhausted, and I'm tired of being a pincushion. So that's kind of just the update. So I'm gonna go in and get my blood work now. It is
triggered.
Oh God, it's egg retrieval morning. It's 8:30. I'm starving and I'm thirsty, and I can't have anything because they're gonna put me under anesthesia. How you feel, Richard?
Feel great.
You ready for egg retrieval?
I'm ready to send the men to war.
The troops.
The troops.
So that's the update. I'm sure I'm going to be pretty drugged up and sleepy afterwards. Hence Richard driving, but he has his job to do as well. So I will try to update you if I'm not feeling so shitty after I'm done. But that's the update. The eggs have been retrieved. That is the update of my husband here, because most of the day I don't recall. So I wanted him to come on and back me up on anything that I forgot. But we got there. We both got our blood drawn for the genetic testing. And then the anesthesiologist took me back, asked a couple questions, took me back into the room, put me under, and that's the last thing I remember. Apparently they got me into recovery and I did not react well with the anesthesia. So they went and got Richard because I wasn't waking up the way I should. They did say, I don't want to skip ahead, but they did say that the drug that reverses drugs, do you know what I'm talking about? Like even people who do opioids and stuff like that, it's like a drug that they put in you and it reverses it, was not waking me up. So even they broke the COVID rules and went and got Richard and tried to get him to wake me up. Can you explain what happened in your words, Richard?
Yeah, I was just trying to bring things to your attention that would be familiar, like videos of your daughter, Taco Bell, them stealing your Disney shirt.
Yeah, that's not good.
Saying that if you slept there, they would charge you rent.
And was I responsive to you?
Yeah, like for a second, then you would be like.
So when you came back, so when you were waiting for me, how long did the procedure take?
I mean, I feel like I was in the waiting room for like at least an hour.
And then when they came to get you to come get me, like what did they say to you?
That you're having difficulty waking up from the anesthesia.
And then when you came back, I was somewhat awake.
You looked really drowsy. Your eyes were open for a minute and you looked at me, which was good. So you didn't look like a corpse or anything. If that would have been the case, I would have been freaking out. So I was trying to, keep your eyes open, but they kept on dozing off. And you were speaking Spanish. You were like, "Me duele mi cabeza," and they were like, "Does your wife speak another language?" And I'm like, "Kinda, but not really." You said you talked about cervezas too. Maybe you wanted some of those.
Guys, keep in mind, the reason I have Richard here explain this, I don't remember anything after the anesthesia. I do know, and I don't know, you can fill in the gaps. The next thing that I remember was like waking up at the hospital and Richard was asking if I wanted like some of his apple juice. That's when I started remembering things. What happened from that point, from like unresponsive to waking up at the hospital?
I was trying real hard to get you to not go in the ambulance and come home with me. And you said you wanted to go home. And I was like, "We can do this. I'll even take you to Taco Bell." You're like, "I want Taco Bell." I was like, "I know, let's do this." And you're like, "Ah." And they wouldn't. The fact that you were dozing in and out, they wanted to play it safe and send you to the hospital.
So they came to get me, I guess, the paramedics. And they took me to the hospital. And then once I was awake, they didn't really do much at the hospital, right? They just kind of watched me a little bit.
I feel like it was a nurse duo, like newbie guy and experienced girl, and she was training him on how to assess your situation. And
I do know that, like, when the doctor came in, I told her, I'm like, "Can I, like, check myself out?" Because I was so hungry. I was so thirsty because I couldn't have anything to eat or drink before the surgery. And I was, like, really hungry and really thirsty. So when I asked that question, the doctor was like, "So you're feeling fine?" I'm like, "Yeah." So then they were able to send me home. And then my wonderful husband took me to Taco Bell because that's what I wanted. And then he had to drive about an hour to my mom's house to pick up Meredith. Noelle was at her other dad's house. So he took me home because my stomach just felt a lot of pressure and achy, and even the bumps in the car, I'm like, this hurts. So he brought me home, he got me situated, and I ended up falling asleep to Cold Case Files. I probably fell asleep from like, what time did you drop me off? Like 3? 2?
Yes, 3.
Yeah, 3 o'clock to, I think I woke up around 8 because I asked where Meredith was and he said he just put her to bed. So I took a really good nap. Now we are just watching some TV, but I still feel a little bit like out of it, kind of, but pain's not too bad, but they did give me medication. So now you have seen from first blood draw, shots, birth control, all of it, updates. So this is the end of this video.
Can you tell them how many eggs?
I forgot to tell them how many eggs. You're right. That's crucial. I had 17 follicles and they were able to retrieve 15 eggs. So And Richard gave his sample, so literally right now, we should know by tomorrow, because they were doing the, I think it's called like, all of you watching know what I'm talking about, the ICSI? ICSI, that's the word. So our little sperm and egg they're meeting each other.
Mm-hmm.
So we should know in the next couple of days how many embryos are going to be viable that they can freeze. Because I have some kind of blood clotting disorder, they will not do a fresh transfer. So we have to wait until, I think, at least mid-June before we even think about the transfer date. So that's going to be nice. I'll be on the mend, no medications for at least a month. I do know I have to do the progesterone shots and stuff like that before transfer, but I know they want to get me off hormones for at least a month to get my body back to normal.
Yes. I mean,
this guy's been amazing support. Like, I've been at my lowest, like, doing 5 shots, like, last night. Was it last night? Or night before last?
yeah, it was epic.
It was really hard. It was really hard. I definitely broke down. You'll see. I mean, well, you've already seen at this point in the video. I updated you, and I apologize to you guys for not showing you footage of that, but I was having a meltdown. Was I not?
A little bit.
Yeah, so he had to take care of me and get me into bed, but now we're good to go. So this video, I'm going to stop talking, otherwise this video is going to be ridiculously long. But thank you for following me on the egg retrieval journey. I appreciate it, and Richard probably does too, because he knows how happy YouTube makes me, and anything that makes me happy, he's happy because he's wonderful. So I will go ahead and end it, but thank you guys, and I will update you on the transfer date once I know and how many eggs we got, or not eggs, how many embryos we have. So I will talk to you then. Bye.